It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I like the show a lot. I watched way too much of it ever since I decided to try it out 3 years ago. Needless to say, I really enjoyed my time with it. After watching this show for a long time, I realized there's a lot of stuff in certain episodes that renews my appreciation for them. Some of my favorites are just the scenes or episodes that get a little bit meta. I feel like the best of these go a little unappreciated, so I thought I'd try to shine a light on a few of them. Let's do it. How Matt Got Fat is the first of the 3 episodes I want to talk about. This episode has several scenes that just feel a little too on the nose to just be normal gang shenanigans. Early on, we get a few hints to suggest that this episode is not just a silly story about how Matt gained weight, but it's also about how the cast is dealing with becoming popular.
Guys, we may have tipped. Uh-oh. No, this is a good thing. This is what happens with success in business. Okay, if you keep making the right decisions over time, eventually you will get to a point where you tip and you become successful. It's like that book, The Tipping Point.
Next, we get a little speech from Charlie concerning the chemistry that caused the success and how they shouldn't change because of it.
Guys, come on! Clearly, success is starting to get to all of us. We can't be Superman.
Yeah, no shit. I'm running around like an animal out there. I mean, all I'm doing is serving drinks.
You're supposed to serve drinks. You're a waitress. People need their drinks, and we need a waitress to serve those drinks. Guys, don't change now, all right? We have a certain chemistry that got us here to begin with, all right? We don't need to start... that's terrible. Let's just get back out there and step it up a little bit, please. Let's just get back to work, man, and do what we do, okay?
Not too long after this, we're treated to Dennis nearly having a psychological breakdown, but feels like it's about a little bit more than his looks.
Clearly, the success of the bar has proved that I've achieved physical perfection, and now there's nowhere else for me to go but down from here, so now I'm hanging on by a thread.
Finally, rounding off the episode, the gang reassures us that they won't ever let success stop them because it stopped mattering to them a long fucking time ago.
Let's get high in the back office.
Let's get high and drop all this, right?
Yeah.
While the first episode might not have been entirely convincing to some of you, we're going to jump to where things get a little bit less subtle in Season 10. This episode is full of callbacks and references that I won't get into, but it also feels like a little counter-argument for the people who always say, I liked the first few seasons of Sunny, but now it just seems a little bit too ridiculous.
I used to be a cool guy, right? With a cool car, hanging out all the time. And now I'm, what am I? I'm a chauffeur to a bunch of worm-sucking idiots! I mean, by the way, all of us have become so goddamn weird.
I think we're just hitting our stride.
Oh, you think we're hitting our stride, Frank?
Yeah.
Really? Because Dee's in a goddamn costume every other day. As a matter of fact, we all are. You know what? I blame you for most of this.
Me?
Yeah, because you came in here with your endless goddamn supply of money and financed all this bizarre behavior.
You were plenty weird before me. What about the underage drinking scheme? I wasn't even here for that.
But that made sense, Frank. It worked.
There's not too much more I can talk about in this episode, but we get to see Frank, Mac, and Dennis each trying to go back to the way they used to be, but ending up embracing the way they are now, each coming to terms with it eventually in their own way.
Hey, okay, all right, listen. I want things to go back to normal, okay? I don't like the way things have become, and I want them to go back to the way they were.
Listen up. I want things to go back to normal. I don't like the way things are going. I want them to go back to normal.
All right, you know what, guys? Listen, it's fine. It's all good, Mac. Okay, look, do you want to go back to the way things were? Well, we don't ask questions. You just go about your business.
Yeah.
Done.
And at the end, Frank wraps up the episode in a pretty fitting way.
Cool.
Who wants rum ham?
If you still aren't totally on board, the last episode is so obvious that I'll be surprised if a lot of people actually didn't notice the connection. So, if you didn't already know, this whole episode is basically a jab at mainstream television and industry awards. It's very apparent that when they're talking about the bar, they're really just talking about the show. And with that in mind, I recommend rewatching this episode if you didn't originally notice this.
The Restaurant and Bar Association's Best Bar Award is coming up. We could get nominated.
Frank, we never get nominated for awards, okay? And we don't give a shit because they're stupid.
No, I don't care about it. You know, I mean, all right. It is a little odd we've never been nominated.
Yes, it's odd.
At some point, it becomes a little aggressive.
So what is it? We don't deserve it? We're not cool enough?
Whoa.
If you want to get a nomination, you got to play the game.
And I don't want to play a game to get an award.
You know what's lame? Being around this long and never getting an award. Makes you look like a bunch of assholes.
The connections just get more and more obvious as the episode goes on. The gang will even talk about how they're alienating too many people to win an award.
Frank is right. No, Frank is right, though. We're too fringe. I mean, yeah, it's given us a lot of street cred, but I think we've alienated a lot of people in this town.
Yeah, you want to win awards, you got to campaign for it. It's an industry award.
It's true. Like, we know we're cool, and our customers know we're cool, but the industry doesn't get it yet.
Next, Charlie goes as far as to basically break character to bring up the Best Song award.
All right, you know what? Can you guys actually drop me off back at the bar? I'm gonna go work on the best song.
What best song?
The best song award.
Things start to get almost painfully obvious when they go to Suds and the whole scene turns into a satire of primetime television sitcoms.
I can't believe that this place won Best Bar. Yeah, what's with all the loud, fake colors? I mean, where's the subtlety?
It's pretty darn good. Some people say it's better than an orgasm.
Not that he's ever had one.
Okay, Maxwell. Remind me to find a new best friend. Well, I think he should spend a little less time on his work and a little more time on you.
Thanks. You're so sweet.
And then they eventually warm up to the bar. They get to squeeze in a parody of average TV viewers, too.
Guys, I'm starting to like this place.
It's growing on me, too. I like the chemistry that the staff have. Oh, did you guys see that charged moment between Greg and Amanda?
Yes.
Boy, I tell you, she's got a boyfriend, but I think she and Greg should end up together. Ooh.
I'd like to come back next week to see if they do.
They even get some time to work in a few self-deprecating jokes about their own show.
I got news for you. Our secret's out and it stinks. This manager's been to Patty's and he said it's nothing but a bunch of people yelling over each other.
Well,
So what? That's what we do. We yell at each other, and if people want to tune in and listen, then they're welcome to.
yeah, but I think that's off-putting to the customer. I mean, Greg would never yell at Amanda.
Remember, when they talk about bars, it's really about TV shows.
Artemis and I went to a burlesque bar last night. There were women stripping, but it was classy. It was dimly lit. They were serving martinis, period costumes. There weren't a lot of people in there, but this bar has won a shitload of awards.
Do you guys think that our location is the problem?
Yeah. Well, no, see, there was that bar that just opened last year right down the street, and they've already won a ton of awards.
Right. You got to be really careful about the ratio. We get too many black guys, people think it's a black bar. That will not help
Black
us.
bars don't win awards.
No.
I don't know why, but they don't.
And finally, we get one last grand fuck you directed towards the industry awards. I hope you enjoyed my over analyzing of this show, but I've always thought that a show should get better the more you watch and analyze it, not worse. So I just thought I'd celebrate Sunny, at least in a small way. I guess I just hope to show a few more people what this show has to offer apart from just being a funny TV show. Thanks for watching.